Live from the KHOU 11 studios and streaming on KHOU 11 Plus, your news starts now.
And now at 4 o'clock, evacuation after a deadly crash, a chemical spill, and a bus full of students treated for exposure. We're live outside the evacuation zone.
And student safety in the spotlight. Weapon detection systems installed at a Houston high school. How it works and the schools that will have this new tech.
Freezing temperatures are over, but rain chances in store for next week as we could see some widespread showers on Sunday.
And we begin right now with breaking news in San Jacinto County. The driver of an 18-wheeler has died. This after a crash this morning that also spilled more than 1,000 gallons of sulfur dioxide.
Yeah, sulfur dioxide is a colorless gas, and dozens of students were sent to the hospital after being exposed to the gas while riding their school bus nearby. It happened on FM 1725 near FM 3081. Residents in the area are being asked to evacuate right now. KHOU 11's Orko Mana is live near the evacuation zone. Orko, what more can you tell us this afternoon?
Well, Len, right now we are standing as close as we can to the crash site. You can see back there that there is a tech stop vehicle with its flashing lights as well as a road closed sign. The Texas Department of Public Safety tells us that there are still hazmat crews at the crash site right now trying to clean up that mess. Now take a look at this video of the scene captured by Air 11. You can see an 18-wheeler on its side. Texas DPS says that around 6:30 this morning, a truck hauling a tanker was going north on FM 1725 when, for reasons still unknown, it left the roadway, lost control, and overturned. The driver unfortunately passed away. Authorities say the tanker connected to the truck was ruptured, spilling more than 1,000 gallons of sulfur dioxide. Cold Spring Oakhurst Consolidated ISD tells us a bus carrying 29 students unknowingly drove through the affected area right after the incident. Texas DPS said a few students were showing signs of headaches and respiratory problems, so everyone, including the bus driver, was transported to a hospital. We saw a Cold Spring ISD bus at HCA Houston Healthcare in Kingwood, and the district tells us everyone was medically cleared. Right now, there are about 60 to 80 homes in the evacuation area.
At this time, troopers are actively going door to door, requesting that the residents inside that affected area leave. It's not mandatory, but they're strongly encouraged that they leave until we can get a cap on the safety of this situation.
And my granddaughter and her husband live with me, and they done taken 5 cats, and headed out because they didn't want anything to happen. We've taped up all the doors just in case.
Now, if some residents need help leaving the area, the San Jacinto Office of Emergency Management says that they are helping transport them to a shelter if they need that. The Texas DPS tells me that that is near the sheriff's office. And Texas DPS also tells me that hazmat crews are placing air monitoring devices closer to the crash site to try again to monitor the air quality in that area. I'm told that as of last check, things looked pretty good, but right now it's still unclear when residents who chose to evacuate will be able to return home. Reporting live in San Jacinto County, Orko Mana, KHOU 11 News.
All right, thank you, Orko. KHOU 11 is your education station, and today extra security measures are in place at a Houston ISD campus.
Yeah, here's what's going on. Lamar High School has installed a new weapons detection system. The high school is just the first school in the district to do so. It comes months after 2 Lamar students were arrested with guns on campus.
Our Stephen Goen joins us now live from the school with more on the rollout of this technology. And Stephen, this is something new.
Yeah, Sherman, students at Lamar High School started a new routine today, walking through those weapons detectors with their laptops out of their bags in hand. They were able to keep their backpacks on unless they were chosen for a further search. Now, some students I have been speaking to say this all makes them feel safer. Others have said they don't think it goes far enough. Take a look. This is some video from Houston ISD's YouTube channel this morning. It shows these students walking through the detection systems. We're told 7 twin detectors were installed at Lamar, capable of screening 600 people in 30 minutes. Late last year, HISD announced it would be installing this technology after 2 students were arrested bringing guns to Lamar's campus. Today, the school's principal said the detection systems were part of a layered safety approach.
We let the kids know in advance what to expect, and they came through for us. We need kids to still say something when they see something. We need to know about the things that are going on the campus and help kids build relationships with adults so they feel safe coming to us when there's an issue.
Now, in a news conference last week, Superintendent Mike Miles said grant funding would cover the cost of these systems through the rest of this year and into next, but we still don't know the exact cost. We do know the district plans to install these weapons detectors at every high school. The next campuses to get these systems are going to be Northside and Bel Air. Those are other schools that have had weapons brought to campus by students in the past. We're live at Lamar High School. Stephen Goen, KHOU 11 News.
Targeting the schools where they've had recent issues. Stephen, thank you. The student accused in the deadly shooting at Santa Fe High School back in 2018 has been deemed incompetent to stand trial for the 4th year in a row. That's according to the Galveston County District Attorney. That suspect, Demetrius Pokorchis, has been recommitted to a maximum security hospital for another year. The DA's office says it's committed to seeing him face a jury on charges of capital murder and aggravated assault of a peace officer. Pokorchis, who was 17 at the time, is accused of gunning down 8 students and 2 teachers that day.
At this moment, investigators continue to look into what caused a fire this morning that killed a young man. It happened in Houston's 5th Ward near Ralston and Lila. Victor Jacobo following up on the story and joins us now live from West Houston. Victor.
Yeah, that's right. The cause of the fire at this hour has not yet been determined by Houston fire officials, but take a listen to what a neighbor at the scene of that fire told KHOU 11 about the moment they learned of the fire.
Como a la 1:39 fue que escuchamos la explosión y nos levantamos corriendo.
The neighbor, Olivia Gonzalez, told us in Spanish that just before 1:40 this morning, she and her husband heard a loud explosion, or what sounded like a loud explosion, coming from next door, and they went to go see what happened. They were able to help a 26-year-old woman get to safety, and she was later taken to a hospital with minor injuries, according to HFD. Houston firefighters arrived on scene and put out the fire by 2:15 in the morning. That is when they discovered a 27-year-old man inside the home who was dead. A preliminary investigation has found no evidence of foul play, but the HFD Arson Division is still investigating. Earlier today, I saw American Red Cross members also examining the scene, learning more information about what happened. The identity of the man who died is not yet released and is pending the medical examiner's office completing its process. Now, coming up at 5 o'clock, I spoke with Houston Fire Department officials about important information that could help you in a fire emergency in terms of planning and preparation. We'll have that coming up in the next hour. For now, reporting live in Houston, Victor Jacobo, KHOU 11 News.
All right, Victor, thank you. A massive drug and money laundering operation with ties to the Jalisco New Generation Cartel busted right here in Houston. DEA investigators say cartel members used money from drug sales to buy cell phones from Houston storefronts. Some of those store owners are accused of knowing that they were taking criminal proceeds. The phones were then sent to Mexico, sold there, and those proceeds went right back to the cartels. Houston officers assisting, going undercover, setting up cell phone stores.
We got down and dirty with them and created cell phone stores that they did not know it was us, law enforcement. We took their money, we helped them, and now they're going to jail and they will pay for it. We watched how they were doing it from our investigation, and we set up exactly what they wanted and what they felt could further them laundering money back to Mexico. So, look, undercover is undercover. When we go under, you never know who we are, where we are, or how we're doing it. And this is the results.
In total, 29 people were arrested, 22 of them locally. Millions of dollars worth of drugs and cash also seized.
Happening now, the search continues for a man who escaped police custody at a hospital in Belleville. That's about an hour northwest of Houston. The man who is wanted, here he is Salvador Saucedo. The Waller County Sheriff's Office says he was arrested on several warrants, including sexual assault and assault of a peace officer. But when he was taken to jail in Waller County, he complained of illness, then was taken to the Belleville Hospital, then escaped. If you see him, call 911. The sheriff's office is asking people in the Belleville area to make sure to call that number to anyone that matches that description. Now to the sweeping immigration crackdown. Today, the Trump administration announcing it is expanding fast-track deportation.
This allows immigration officers to deport undocumented migrants without appearing before a judge. The move restores powers created in a 1996 law and rescinded in 2022. The notice, published in the Federal Register, says in part, the effect of this change will be to enhance national security and public safety while reducing government costs by facilitating prompt immigration determination.
Meantime, the government has started using military aircraft to deport migrants. The images you are seeing here, shared by the White House press secretary. These are migrants lined up, handcuffed, and boarding a military aircraft. According to a Department of Homeland Security official, the first flights departed Briggs Army Airfield in El Paso, bound for Guatemala. Also, active duty personnel have arrived in El Paso to secure the border. Earlier this week, the Pentagon announcing about 1,500 troops would be deployed as part of President Trump's executive order to crack down on illegal immigration.
And new here at 4, President Trump has pulled Dr. Anthony Fauci's security detail. That security detail, which is paid for by the National Institutes of Health, was pulled last night. Fauci retired 2 years ago after serving as the government's top infectious disease expert for decades. He continues to face death threats for his role during the pandemic. Fauci has since hired private security. And President Trump ending his first week back in office with a trip to disaster-ravaged areas around the nation.
Yeah, he spent this afternoon with families affected by Hurricane Helene in North Carolina, where he took aim at FEMA. Trump says the federal agency has not helped enough and said he wants to change the program or even sign an executive order to get rid of it.
The answer is we go local. I think it'll work much better. FEMA is a very expensive organization that really doesn't work out very well. It hasn't. This is not the only example. So it was up to me right now. It ended right now, and I just let the state take care of the problem.
More than 1,700 FEMA employees were deployed to the state, and FEMA says it's given Helene survivors in North Carolina more than $316 million in cash grants.
All right, turning now to weather. Man, what a week it has been. We've had ice and snow. Now we have sun, and another change is coming.
Oh my goodness. Enjoy the sun while you can, because rain is looming. Is always something, Chris.
Yes, there is. And we are going to go from winter weather tracking to tracking the rain chances that are in store for us as we head into Wednesday. So temperatures slightly warmer. We're not going to see those freezing temperatures here in southeast Texas in the overnight hours. And then we're going to continue on with an unsettled weather pattern for next week. Mostly every day next week, having a chance for some rain. And there's going to be a system towards the end of the week that could very well bring some heavy rain at times, especially for Thursday and into Friday. But if you are planning your weekend, we at least have Saturday to see those temps in the low 60s, a little bit on the warmer side, 20% chance of showers. And then on Sunday is when those rain chances will start ramping back up, 80% chance of on and off rain, with temperatures getting up to about 65 degrees. We are still a bit chilly out there. Temps in the upper 50s. Use a look at our neighborhood weather network. 57 at Twitch Drive out near Lake Houston. Closer towards Clear Lake, 54 at Lakeshore Drive. But as we look at our overnight temps, we're going to see those temps in the upper 30s for areas north of 610. Acres Homes 37, 38 in Woodgate, 37 in Aldine. East End at 40, so 40-degree temps from I-10 in areas south, so we're going to be above freezing. Remember, freezing is 32 degrees or lower, but some areas in Montgomery County might be a degree above freezing out near Conroe, maybe Huntsville, but mostly clear. We will start seeing those clouds start increasing as we head into tomorrow. So as you travel across the state, just keep in mind that Sunday does have a rain chance for us here across Houston. So our coastal areas dealing with that rain. Future track mostly clear, clouds building in the morning hours. For Saturday morning, temps are going to be getting into the 60s, but then as we head into later Saturday, we're going to start seeing some isolated showers start creeping in, and then going into Sunday, that's going to last, and then rain chances become a bit more widespread by Sunday afternoon. We could see some pockets of heavy downpours at times, and so just keep that in mind that if you are traveling across our area roadways on Sundays, we're going to have to go from tracking ice to slick roads, all thanks to the rain that's expected. The Storm Prediction Center is giving us a marginal risk for some flooding. We could see some pockets of heavy downpours that could bring us some ponding on roadways. That is a 1 out of 4 on the flood risk scale. But as we look at that rainfall potential through Sunday night, we could get areas between 1 to 2 inches of rain. And so hopefully we won't get all this rain at once. That could give us some flooding concerns, but just keep in mind that we could get some isolated areas of ponding in some roadways. And then by the end of next week, we're going to be tracking a low pressure system over the Pacific towards the west. That is going to continue its track across the central portions of the U.S., giving us rain chances for Thursday and Friday. This is going to become more widespread, and we could see some heavy rain at times. But each and every day next week, having a chance for isolated rain, but then that rain chance increasing for the end of the week as we could see more of those scattered downpours moving through. The drought index showing good conditions for us here across Houston. We're not dealing with dry conditions. Areas off towards the west still undergoing some moderate drought, but as we look at those high temperature trends, we're going to be on the warmer side, feeling a bit more like spring in those afternoon hours. So high temps in the upper 60s, getting up to 70 degrees by Wednesday, upper 60s by the end of the week. As far as your 7-day forecast, expect those conditions to remain mostly clear for Saturday. That's when we're going to start seeing that on and off rain start increasing for the start of next week, and then becoming a bit more isolated for Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday could see a chance for some scattered showers with temperatures feeling a bit more like spring. But just keep an eye on Thursday and Friday as we could get a bit more widespread rain coverage with more of an increased flooding risk. And of course, we'll be tracking the latest forecasts and the weather updates on KHOU.com.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. All right, let's get you home or wherever you need to be this afternoon. Junior Crusoe keeping an eye on the roads for us. What are you seeing out there, Junior?
Well, a little bit of good news. The last accident that was reported has recently cleared. Right now, just seeing slowdowns in construction areas like where we're looking here. This is the eastbound side of the North Sam Houston Tollway near Imperial Valley. You can see that left lane is closed, leaving only 2 main lanes open. This has traffic backed up to Ella with a 3 to 4 minute delay. There's also construction on the westbound side. The lane reopened here in this camera shot, but traffic is moving slow from Lee Road. There's a 4 to 5 minute delay there.
All right, thank you, Junior. Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, given the week we've had. Tomorrow is going to be a perfect weekend to get outside and enjoy a walk, so why not do it with a pup in tow?
Houston Humane Society could have your perfect match. All right, meet Melly. This 1.5-year-old girl loves to get outside with humans. She was brought to the SPCA because her previous owner was not able to keep her anymore. So the hope to find a home that'll give her the time and care she deserves. We're told she's the best girl whose nickname should be Sweetness. Melly's adoption package, only $55. So hey, why not? Go and give her a visit. There you go.
There you go.
And you can get your steps in if you take her for a walk.
I love that name.
Melly?
Melly.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's it for KHOU 11 News at 4.
We will be back online and on KHOU 11 Plus for KHOU 11 News at 5.